Okay, hello everyone. I will be streaming again today. This time, I'm not going to work on um, an actual finished piece because I have one, but I'm not really interested in finishing it right now for some reason. But I have some creatures designed already, and I was thinking of making more just because it's good practice with well, concept and color. Uh, Today I will. Yeah, last time my mic messed up, and I think it's because the volume was too high. The input volume was too high, and considering it's really close to my mouth, it's probably. I would think it was the problem. I'll make sure every so often to listen to myself to make sure that the microphone is acting normally. Otherwise, I finally found a way to put the chat inside the screen. Yeah, so that should work fine. Or not? Yeah, okay. Sorry, this is weird. I'm just trying to make sure that I can see the screen and still. Yeah, okay. So this time you will be able to see the chat, so people that will watch the video afterwards shouldn't have a problem. Um, okay, the sound seems to be fine, even though it is a little bit light. Yeah, the problem is I'm going to listen to myself talk, and so it's really weird to talk at the same time. Um, but I want to make sure that above everything else, the microphone is working. Because the point of all of that is, to be able to talk. And so if the microphone is not working, it's a pain for you to listen. So I don't know if it's because my sound is low or what, but the microphone seems to be. Okay, well, uh, I'll see the microphone. In last video, the microphone seemed to get worse with time. So I'll just keep track of it to make sure that things are fine. Okay, so I need to stop myself from talking. Okay, so this time, yeah, I mentioned that I wanted to design some creatures. I am. I don't consider myself to be good at that, to be honest. Like, not at all. This guy was a test design because I wanted to make adoptables, which are designs that you sell to other people. But I wanted to animate them because I thought it was something that no one else has really done before, and it would be a good way to learn how to animate things. Uh, but animation is hard, and I have no patience. Well, I didn't have patience at the time, so I decided to just kind of give up. Although I'm probably, if I ever try to animate again, I'll definitely use TV Paint, which might be a stream later on, to be honest. I've heard, I used it before, and it was really intuitive, where Photoshop is just, I don't know, tiresome. And I was thinking about making more drawing of this guy and, well, hopefully eventually selling him. I know I have some other design in this specific folder. Well, not folder, but file. I don't know about you guys, but I tend to do that a lot where I just use the same file and hide a bunch of stuff in it. Yeah, it's pretty bad because then when you try to find something, you're just, like, you've done it, but it's somewhere and there is no way you're going to find it. Although I think this specific file actually has a good name. Random design 1, never mind. A lot of my files are just called random. Random drawing, random neb, random design. So it does get hard to find. But, hey, in the meanwhile, I know where it is. In a few years, I'll probably forget, but. Okay, I'm trying to make a specific brush here. Yeah, if you guys don't know that, it's really handy tool to, like, it's really good to know how to deal with your brushes. So in this one is called brush in English. The window is called brush in English. And in the brush option, you can select one of the average, shape. But you can apply options to it. And one of the brush I like to do is take the one that change. Okay. The one that changed in opacity. And as you can see, it's all janky. But if you go to shape of the tip, I guess there is a. I think in English it's track. Anyway, this option in the bottom here, you can move it to the least, and then it will be all smooth and nice. And what I like to do with that specific shape is to add. Okay, yeah. Here in the well, if I had an English. Wait. If I had an English Photoshop, it would probably be easier for everybody right now. But hey, jokes on you! I can speak French. Um, yes. So in the first option is the dynamic of the shape, and if you select the one that change opacity, and you change the whoa, yeah, okay, this gets confusing. And if you change the dynamic to the minimal diameter, then when you will use it, that is the eraser. Anyway, when you'll use it, it will be light, and the more you press, the bigger it gets, and the more strong it gets, the stronger it gets. So that was a really, really bad tutorial on how to do that. And of course, when everything is said and done, I usually just save the brush, so I don't have to go all with I don't have to go through all of those steps again. Point is, the brush I'm using for those is one that varies opacity and size at the same time. Because I don't know, they're interesting. Yes. I usually have a set size for those, probably 20 pixels. I work on rather large canvas, but they vary, so the sizes I use for my brushes do vary too. Okay. So again, if people join me, I'll be talking, answering them. I'll probably accept critiques or like not requests per se, but how do you say that? Not specifically requests, but ideas or whatnot. If I'm in the process of making a creature or color-wise even, and if not, I'll just speak about random stuff and my life and whatnot. Okay, now I'm set. God, this took a little longer than expected. Yeah, for this guy here, I really enjoyed the design, but I wanted to make other view of him if I end up selling him, which is pretty cool. Maybe I'll just kind of keep it to myself. I will anyway, in any case, need a different view of his face and whatnot. It's good training and it's good reference. So, although I honestly have not thought about how his face would look like. Well, not profile from front. Okay, his face is a big triangle, which kind of is, or a bunch of triangles together. Okay, so if that is the end, I'm guessing from the top it looks like a triangle too. That would make more sense. His skull ending here. His mask being on the ground. Then I'm guessing this comes in front. That would be pointy, right? Yeah. Huh. Yes, Mr. has a pointy nose. Right, and the face would be flat. And this is not how I thought. Okay, and I'm guessing the mask would go. Okay, and the skull ends here. But this is really good training because this is. That's the problem with drawing only profile view, which I often do. That you don't really get to. You don't. You're not forcing yourself to think what a shape would look like in 3D. Which I'm guessing using a 3D for characters you draw a lot. Using a 3D model of it would be a good idea. I know I've sometimes tried to make a clay model of some characters just because I thought that it would be a good exercise and it would be handy to use in the future. Although it didn't work out. And I see someone in the chat. Hey there! And yeah, YouTube has live stream. I honestly had no idea up until like 3 or 4 days ago. Like somebody just randomly said, actually somebody posted a stream on YouTube, and so I asked them, hey, so what do you use to do that and to record yourself, and what do you use to stream? And I saw that they actually used YouTube, which was like, what? And yeah, YouTube has a live stream option, which is not too hard to do. You just need to. I'm using XSplit to record myself. It's recording the video and the sound at the same time, and it's allowing me to look at the chat, to show the chat at the same time, and it's really easy to use actually. So I would totally recommend it. It's free, by the way. You can pay for it. There are more options if you pay, obviously, but it's pretty cool. And when you stream with YouTube, it automatically upload your video online too. And so it's just kind of a win-win. Oh, I'm checking the sound again, and it seems to be crappy again. I wonder if it's. I wonder if the sound is lowered for me because I'm recording at the same time. Although now it's better. This is stupid because I'm listening to myself, so I stop talking. But because I stop talking, then I can't listen to what I'm saying. And yeah, that's weird. It gets all blah. And now maybe it gets all like there is static. And because there is some kind of delay between me talking and me trying like different options to fix the sound, it's also hard to like actually correct at the same time. I probably should. Yeah, this is not fixed. Well, I'm counting on you to tell me if the mic becomes impossible to listen to. And in the meantime, I'll just try my best to talk clearly. But hey, what the hell? This is my second stream while I'm talking. It's yeah. I guess I'm human and I'm allowed to make mistakes. Or maybe I'm not. It's the internet. Sometimes you're not allowed to do anything wrong. Oh god, I didn't think about that. What is his mouth going to be like? I mean, if he has giant teeth coming out, he probably needs like a space. Not a space, but like softer skin. Oh, yeah, here you go. That makes sense. Like what dog have? The little black skin on the mouth that allows teeth to go down, but at the same time not hurt the inside of it. Yeah, sure. That works. And let's use jaw. Okay. Now, why is it so tilted? I don't know. My brain works in weird ways. Oh wow! Now that it's untilted, it looks just weird. So I'm guessing that on the chat, your name is weird because you don't have an account, or maybe that's your name. I actually don't know. But yeah. Okay, so those things should be here. Oh, I didn't make it easy for myself, did I? But that guy has a lot of fat on him, so I'm guessing that if he has a wide head, it wouldn't be a problem. Design-wise, I mean. Yeah, this isn't too bad. Although this side of the mouth should probably go in more. Actually, I'm gonna tilt it more. I wonder what kind of tongue something like that would have. I mean, considering the big teeth, he's probably a carnivore. Carnivorous? Carnivorous. Well, I really enjoy thinking of design as like things or creatures that could actually live in our world. Even if sometimes I just go for it, but then it's harder to actually think about it. Like for example, this guy has big front paws, or big front legs, which make things easier for him to grab or climb, I'm guessing. And I mean big claws, so probably a predator. But his back legs are, well, just sticks, so probably not good for a lot of things. Or like running, probably, like deers and, you know. Huh. He's probably just smart, and so he uses smartness to survive. Just like us, human. We're not technically specialized in anything, and we're kind of weak. We just use our smart to survive. Although that would be terrifying. If something that looked like that was smart too, and we were like competing on Earth, yeah, that'd be pretty terrifying. Huh, crap. I really don't know how to do this. Okay, that makes more sense. Makes a ton more sense. Although those things are not at the right place anymore. What if his muzzle would just... Ooh, I like that. I'm going to make him have a streak of green here. Yep, and his mouth should probably make a triangle too. Because of the perspective it is in. Although I'm not sure what kind of front, like the front of his mouth should look like. Well, I honestly have no idea if any of this is going to be entertaining to any of you guys. But again, it's a good exercise for me, talking to people while doing something else. Talking like you mean it, in a way that is not totally dumb and also makes sense. Keeping a stream of thought that makes sense while doing like a bunch of stuff at the same time is super hard. Because I want it to make sense so you can follow what I'm saying without being too lost. But at the same time, it's like, I honestly don't know what I'm saying half of the time. Like when I'm talking with someone, like real people, I don't necessarily think about what I'm saying. I'm just kind of, talking. But here, since I have nobody to talk to specifically, it's just weird. Yeah, okay. So at least his face makes sense now, for the most part. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And if the microphone keeps being bad like it seems to be right now, I will probably have to change microphone, maybe try something else. Maybe I'll just steal one of my friend and, well, I could actually do that alone. Although, I use this microphone to speak to people online, so when I play games on Steam or stuff like that, and it usually works fine. Or when I use it on Skype too. But maybe it's a problem with the software. Well, not as in like maybe the software is not reading the microphone right. So earlier I thought that I should make streams that are only an hour long, so it's easier for me to not run out of topic. And then I have, if I do smaller stream, but more often, it might also be better to, for you guys to catch me doing a stream. But this angle is really not the best one to work with. God, I really did not make it easier for myself. Ooh, teeth? Smaller teeth inside? Oh yeah. Kind of like a shark. Well, shark have different, like, they have 3 rows of teeth. Oh, that'd be neat though. Like a creature with like a bunch of row of teeth. Rows? Yeah, rows. So I apologize. I often forget my S's in English, and when I think about it too much, I just add a bunch of S's where I don't need to add them, and it's probably really confusing. But I'm trying here, so hey. Oh god, that remind me kind of Evangelion. God, I love Evangelion. I haven't watched it in a while. I like making fun of it too. I love explaining Evangelion to people because they're like, so what is it about exactly? And honestly, I'm not sure either. Like, I'd like to help you and tell you, like, kind of not force you to watch it, but I'd like to make you want to watch it. But at the same time, I honestly have no idea. It's good. I mean, I can tell you that much. So I realized that the mask, something that was bothering me, and I was not sure what, and it's the mask. The perspective was wrong, where the mask was going up, and the rest, like, the mask had this kind of perspective, and the rest of the mouth has this kind of perspective. So it was just not looking right. But I fixed it now. The best way to, like, work perspective and to make sure that everything looks correct is, yeah, through lines. Everything should have roughly the same angle, so this is going this way, this looks like it's going this way. It's not the best, but, and this is going this way. So all in all, they all have kind of the same angle. Like you could put it in a box. I guess that's the best advice for perspective stuff. And I know I've tried that technique before, where you just draw a box. Well, you need to actually, make a box in perspective. You make a box and you just draw in that box. Yeah, you're forced to sell too. Yeah, you forced. Ah, crap. Because if it follows the box, then it is going to be mostly right. If, of course, you made your box right. So, like, your feet should follow the box too. Well, that's actually funny. There's like a tiny little box monster now. Anyway, that was my bad advice in perspective. And his face is done. Oh, yeah. Considering the highlights of his body are green, I'm tempted to make the inside of his mouth green too. Probably go ahead and do that. I really like the. I really like using really bright outline, really bright colors. Uh, yeah, as highlights, like a pretty natural colored body with a strike of bright green. And orange and green usually go together. I think they go together because they're complements. Well, no. Yellow. Green is a mix of yellow and blue, therefore the complement of green is red. Yeah, so it's not an actual complement, but it's close enough to being a complement. Okay. I also got in the habit of naming all of my layers. I used to not do that, and at some point I just got tired of having to look for everything. And so, like, the color layer is going to be named C. The line layer is going to be named L. I'm not I'm not trying to write like a book. I just want a quick way to tell what's what. So is it me or the color looks different? That's probably simultaneous contrast. Yep. So right now I'm just trying to fill the full shape of the head. So then I can just color more easily. God, if I want to do streams that last an hour only, I'll have to learn to be like quicker. Which is really good. I always wanted to be one of those one of those artists that are like 30-minute sketch and it looks like a full realistic landscape. That's just really inspiring. As in, like, I want to be that person. I want to do things like that. Oh, which remind me, I have homeworks. As in, like, I have stuff to do, and one of them is painting a landscape. I should work on that at some point. Oh god, I've been seeing a lot of Overwatch on the internet, and I really want to play it. And I thought for some reason that it was available on Steam, and it's not. You have to have a PS4 or an Xbox One, I think. And it's just, it's frustrating because I really want one, but it's also like $300 or $400, and I mean I technically have that money and I could buy it, but I'm trying to go to France next semester to see my not next semester, next summer, to see my family that I haven't seen in a long time. And so, if I'm being like intelligent, I'm going to save that money. But at the same time, Overwatch, I feel like I'm missing out. Hmm. But apparently, like at some point this October, maybe. I mean, the price as you get away from the release date of the PS4. That I want a PS4. I don't want an Xbox One. I'm a PS. I'm a PlayStation person. But the further away you get from when it was available, the cheaper it will get. So maybe if I wait for a bit, it can drop down to 200, and then I will be thinking about buying it. Huh. Weird. The YouTube is buffering the video. It doesn't seem to be working. Huh. I wonder if I keep like talking, it will just pick up at some point. I hope so. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I guess the buffering just happens. Yeah. Huh. Well, I'll see when I upload the video later on what it looks like. Okay, so that's done. Oh, they should go down. Actually, the depth should be higher. The dip between the jaw and the mask is higher on the drawing. But it looks weird that way, doesn't it? It looks uncomfortable. I wonder, like, if the jaw is that high, and I'm talking about the jawline here. If it's that high, then it might be a problem for... although, I don't know. Huh. I'm really interested in anatomy, and I really like making animals that are possible. Like, that could actually live and survive, given the right circumstances. Circumstances? I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter. It's just something I like to do personally. For example, coming up with stories like this one is carnivorous or not. I mean, with teeth like that, he probably just swallows things whole, or he shred to pieces with his paws. You know, fun times, good times, fun things you do before you eat prey. Shred them to pieces. Huh. Seeing stuff like that, I wonder if like I should put a warning on the video. Oh, I should have put the green on another layer. Well, too bad. I'm going to do it now. I'm definitely going to put the inside of the mouth on another layer. That way, if I want to quickly change the color because I don't like it, I can. I'm going to use that brush. It's weird because I changed my Intuos. I use a tablet when I draw, and I changed it not so long ago. My older one broke, and for a little bit, I bought a really cheap, well, cheap for Intuos, so for Wacom. I bought a cheap one in the meantime, and it didn't have a lot of buttons. The good thing about the Intuos is that it has like 8 different buttons with a wheel in the middle, and so the wheel allows you to quickly change the size. Like if I used it, well, that zooms, but if I used it for, yeah, here, I could change my brush size easily, but because I'm so used to right clicking, I can just do that instead. Oh, another thing, I don't know if any of you guys had a problem like that, but I know that, like, because I have an Intuos, I have an eraser on the other side, but the eraser acts like a, like, this is the brush, and this is my eraser, and they act exactly the same way. And it's weird, and I wish my eraser could actually be an eraser. Huh. God, I'm really sorry about my microphone. You can hear me, but you can really like, it's terrible. But I don't know how to fix that. Besides having a better microphone. It's really annoying. Anyway, I guess before my live streaming, I'll definitely try to make some changes. See if that helps at all or not. Maybe I'm doomed to have a terrible microphone. So for the mouth, it's probably going to stay green. God, I love those kind of things because, like, if the inside of the gums is green, you can expect the blood or like the insides to be green, and that's just great. I wish you could choose your not choose like. I wish when you were born you were like you had a choice of like what you get. I would definitely choose a blood system that's not red. Like something like bright green would be just freaky. That'd be amazing. Although like I think the reason why the blood is red is because of the iron, I'm guessing. I don't know, I read it somewhere at some point and I forgot because it was not interesting at the time. Yeah, that's good. I can use that to make the gum specifically more. Oops. The gum can be slightly more green. So I'm guessing white teeth. Well, they don't appear white because my line work is terrible, but well, gray teeth then. That works. And this guy doesn't seem like he has a tongue, which is fine. Who needs a tongue anyway? Tongues are for losers. Well, yeah, obviously I don't have a tongue because I'm not a loser. Well, I think that's actually all I wanted to do with that guy. The perspective seem just a little wonky. Probably because the shape of the chin is not exactly right. Uh, it's the kind of stuff that's annoying because when things like organic things are in perspective like that, and you can I mean I can see that there is something wrong. For example, like the side of the mask should be either larger or the mouth should be more under it. But at the same time, it's hard to exactly like know what to change for it to make sense. I'm definitely going to try to fix that though. So I think one of the problems is that the mouth seem like the top of the mouth seem more in perspective than the bottom. And that's one of the problems I'm seeing now. Although doing that doesn't seem like it's going to fix it. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. You know what? Looks perfect. I just want to add a background into that because the white one is just eh. Let's put a green background. Okay. Green background. Not the brush I want. Okay. Well, I honestly don't know why I just didn't. Why am I bothering with all of that? I could just fill the background with the bucket tool. Well, that was a lot of complicated step for nothing. Welcome to my world. Maybe not super light, but yeah, greener. Yep, yep, that's good. Because then the green is going to pop out. Yeah, the bright green. On the darker background, it seems like it's brighter. And I'm going to add a slight shadow. Not the brush I want. Here you go. Shape of the head should make it. Doesn't seem like you have too much of a tummy, like fat. It just seems like it's bulky. So probably shoulder wise. Like a lot of mass on the shoulders. Doesn't sound right. God, shadows are weird. Because you can just like totally bullshit them and be like, there you go, I made a blob under and it looks great. But if you try to make something a little more realistic, you can easily mess up everything. As in like make everything look weird. But that's actually good. Okay. Well, done with that one. Yeah, that one interests me. Well, I have 20 minutes left, and I'd like to maybe sketch something. My last design are just weird. I wanted to. I don't know. I've always designed kind of normal-ish creatures like four legs and horse-like, or the average dragon. But I really wanted to work on my design skills and just make something, yeah, things a little more different. Like those monsters. So this one is bird-like, and this one is... I remember when I finished those that I had an idea that I wanted to work on, but I forgot. Yeah, I'm just going to do little random things then. If I already have a bird thing. Oh, maybe one with wings. I haven't done that yet. Oh, with horns that come back. I like this design. I don't use them often. Oh, yeah. And maybe a muzzle. Like, one of those fancy bats, the one that goes up. It's funny because I think those are like specific to bats, and so whenever I see one, I just think about bats. Like it just automatically, my brain automatically just goes, oh, bat. So maybe it's not what I want. Um, yeah, something I think good when you design, like when you design something random anyway, is keep like your first brush stroke really loose. I always do that. I always keep. I mean, as in like I need to do that more often because I often keep my brush tiny, and so I work on really small details that don't matter. Where really what you should be working on is the overall shape of the figure. For example, let's say that it says, oh, a lot of skin and really bony. Not a lot of fat. 2 fingers, yeah, that's fine. So like a lot of folds and whatnot. Maybe a fetal position, as in like it's sad and I don't think I want to make mutant bats. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be something specific anyway. It could just be like something that looks like that but isn't. Hmm. I think I want like fangs. I wonder if there is a name for those, but those are specific fangs that go over the mouth, like a saber-tooth lion. Those things are the best. Do you know how they got extinct? The saber-tooth one. I believe it is because they are basically having long saber-tooth teeth meant that you were a good hunter. So the female would take the male with the longest teeth, specifically because it meant protection and good hunt. But evolution made it so the teeth just the males were born with bigger and bigger teeth, and eventually just they couldn't really do anything because it was too big, which is kind of funny. Like a way that evolution, usually evolution is for the best, but you have a few examples where evolution just kind of doesn't work, and then the species just disappear. Oh yeah, something like that. Mm, I don't know why I really can't find like something with teeth that entertains me. So maybe I will. Oh, a small ear. Yeah, look at that. So it looks creepy and adorable at the same time. It's its power. Do you think it should have a tail? It should have tiny little arms and be really skinny. And its name should be Bob. Everything I name is Bob. Just such a great name, Bob. No, that looks terrible. Where would this thumb be? Here? Yeah. I often have to like look at my own thumb to remember where, like which direction it should be in. For example, like here the thumb should be on the inside. Because like if you put a thumb at the wrong place, it's going to look super weird. Like it has to look super weird. Even though I mean like you are welcome to do a creature with a thumb on the outside. But it just for some reason looks weird. But that hand is definitely better. But the tail is just no, not working. Yeah, you could also not have like tail at all. Oh, monkey feet. Big and awkward monkey feet. Yeah, yeah. The face still doesn't please me though. Guessing it's because the neck is so tiny, and so you don't expect to see that kind of face. The neck looks tiny probably because of all the rolls I put on it. God, I really don't know what to do with this. Mm, yes, I have no idea. Maybe the horns are the problem. Or not? Yeah, let's try to just fix the whole thing. Because I do like the body. Although, I feel like from an angle like that, if you see the back, you should probably be able to see the other leg. Or part of the other leg. Yeah, and his butt. That makes sense. Whoa, that looks definitely not okay. Huh. Hmm. It just looks terribly wrong for some reason. That's okay. Maybe his head should be just a little up. Yeah, maybe I should just dump it. Start anew. If that thing has like tiny hands, like buff arms, and really kind of fetal, like monkey legs, God, this looks like really bad. It's like really creepy. But at least it might be easier to find a head for this guy. And I really feel like I'm not as talkative this time than I was the other day. I've had a pretty tiring day. I mean, I work most of the time, but for some reason that was tiring. God, I'm listening to myself to check the microphone again, and it's just bad. Hmm. It's bothering me because the other day I managed to fix it by just kind of clicking around in the software I'm using. But this time it's not having it. That seems creepy. Okay, shoulder and face. Let's work on the face. I still really like the idea of like maybe I should just make an average face and then add horns to it. God, I really don't want this guy to be as buff as it is right now. He really looks awkward and not happy to be alive. It's like screaming, please kill me, please. Like not in nice font. It's like, please. Yeah, that's fair. This is definitely not a design I'm going to work on more. It's probably because his body shouldn't. What if his. Yeah, his body is definitely too. Okay, what if the ends are like not taller but less wide? I feel like that would make more sense. Looks like a goblin. Small little goblin. If we tilt the body a little bit, then his neck would be like here. And then his head could be. I like the idea of the flat face. His horn could be here. Yeah, like the little imp. I do want an ear. His face seemed too big for his tiny little body, so gotta fix that. Would you look at that? That pleases me. Yeah, his nose is down. It would be entertaining if his iris was lighter than his. No, how do you say that? No, his iris was darker than the inside of the iris, which I can't really remember the name of that. The inside of the iris is the retina. That thing. Retina? Yeah. Like, you know when a cat eye a cat eye or actually an animal eye glows in the dark? Yeah, that. Like continuously. That's just his state. So it has been an hour now, and honestly, I could color this guy with you, but it would be more entertaining if I had some feedback on it. So maybe I'll wait for another day. I'll also make sure that next time I stream my microphone is better because this is just